strength workout in whatever gym I can find. Now see, one of the things that you can do in relation to that is what Lionel Sanders does. Now you may have noticed. Morning Trainiacs. Mel and I are in middle of nowhere, Manitoba, doing some client work, and I'm gonna try to get a strength workout in whatever gym I can find. This is not promising so far. Back at the hotel, and apparently there's a hotel gym here. Really? That's the hotel gym. There are no open gyms in the town of Russell, Manitoba. So we work out in the hotel room. So essentially, this becomes an unplanned rest day. Speaking about rest days, there are a lot of important things that you gotta keep in mind with regards to how many rest days you take. Tip, probably more than you think. And when you should be taking rest days. Tip, probably not a regular occurrence. Kind of mixed messages there. Now, the first thing to know with regards to rest days is that triathlon needs to fit into your life. Life doesn't need to fit into triathlon. I mean, granted, when you get to, say, the level where I'm trying to turn this into a job or pros where it is becoming your life, life can sometimes take a back seat. But for 99.999% of the triathletes out there, it needs to fit into your life, not vice versa, because that's what's going to keep longevity in the sport. So if things happen that pop up, kids' soccer games, you're in the middle of nowhere, Manitoba, and there's no gyms around, your bike breaks and you don't have enough time to fix it and then get out for a workout, it's not the end of the world, especially in off-season right now. Just forget about the workout, move on, consider it another chance to soak up some fitness. Bye, Mel. Something that I should have mentioned about rest is that it's when we get faster. So it is critically important to rest. You can train, you can smash yourself over and over and over, but the purpose of rest and that training is basically just to beat yourself down so that when you rest, you have a chance to build yourself back up. So don't ignore rest, okay? Don't do it. Now, the first thing you gotta do with managing your fatigue and choosing when your rest days are is you gotta kind of track your body as opposed to just saying I take one rest day a week or 2 rest days every 2 weeks or something like that. What Coach Pat and I do that is really helpful is every single day we write down how I feel physically, how my sleep is, how my stress level is with life, and how my workouts have been. And what you start noticing is if there's a downtrend, it's time to take a rest. Now see, one of the things that you can do in relation to that is what Lionel Sanders does. What he does is as he notices himself starting to get fatigued, he prescribes 2 days right off, 2 days of active recovery. So he might go for 3 weeks like crazy, or he might go for 2 weeks or 4 weeks and then take a rest. So he takes a rest as he needs it, not deciding ahead of time. So your body might be in a great shape and you can go for weeks on end, or you might have 4 days in a row where you're just slammed and then you need a rest. So listen to your body as opposed to just assuming how much rest it needs. We gotta work. Being mocked. So, and then Trainiacs, the most important thing to keep in mind with regards to prescribing yourself rest days is that as you start using that protocol of tracking how you feel, start seeing if you can notice trends, and from that, then start figuring out how much rest you need. Ben Fuqua, who is in a podcast that we did with him that I'll link below, he ends up training 5 days all throughout the week, every weekday, and then doesn't really train much on the weekends. Like really backs it off, just does a light spin while watching some football. Buddy of mine, Super Dave, he trains really hard 4 days a week and then 3 days more or less right off, a little bit of active recovery. However, Coach Pat, on the other hand, he'll take a rest day like twice a year. He took 5 rest days after doing the rim to rim to rim, 65 miles in the Grand Canyon, and that was the most time off that any of us have ever seen him take. So the adage of like, you need a rest day a week, you need a rest day every couple of weeks, like it all depends on who you are, and you need to start tracking that, and that approach that I gave you at the start is a good way to do that. Now you may have noticed, yeah, that says Ventum, and it's a box. More on that tomorrow.